Hello, everyone. I'm Jamie Price. I want to share a card reading from the Cosmic Consciousness Ascension deck for mainly this first quarter of 22, but ultimately it applies to the whole year. And I'm also going to tie this together into a simple focus, which actually is going to be really obvious from the cards. Now, I was drawn to choose two cards, and that actually became connected to a strong theme for 2022 overall, which I'll talk about in just a moment. And the ascension energies that Ariane, the Lyran Council of Time, gave me for the year are creative harmonics. And this year will be strengthening your ability to really hold that resonance of the higher harmonic of creation, of what you're wanting to experience here, to birth into this world. And I feel like 2022 is going to be fast paced. It's going to be moving a lot energetically as we are entering the mouth of the dragon, or as Ariane calls it, the spiral tightening. And your work being to hold that higher octave of potential, holding that information of improvement instead of holding focus on the problems only. And of course, that's not avoiding reality and not immersing in negativity. It's a balance. And speaking of balance, I was drawn to choose two cards, and that reminded me of the masculine feminine balance within that has been really important recently at the last part of last year, and I know is going to be really important upcoming. It's not like it just started there, it's just intensifying. And it's the macro separation that we experience here. And of course, I'm talking about creative energetics, not gender. So that you're balanced between taking action, directing your energy with your masculine energetic, and nurturing the present moment, connecting with yourself, with others, following your intuition, your inspiration, really balancing your inner realm and the external realm. And this balance will be imperative this whole year so that you're using that full flow of creation, not just forcing things through action, valuing only the mental over the balance of the mental and emotional, and especially valuing your feminine energetic that has been suppressed for so long. So let's dive into the cards for this quarter and ultimately 2022 overall. Now, the first card is creativity, and it represents the feminine aspect. It's heart centered, where the seat of your emotions reside. And this is a Syrian card, so it's initiating creativity. And as I pulled this card, I could feel the heart chakra expanding out to encompass the complete torso, especially from the second to the throat chakra. And I could feel that throat chakra opening. And in the booklet, there's a reminder that everything that you do is creative, and that creativity is how you share your unique light with the world. And in this physical realm of constant change, which is just a function of our density that experiences linear time, every single moment is a new creative potential. And, most of those moments aren't going to be huge change. They're subtle. But here's your feminine energetic in action. It's your beingness. It's the deeper story beneath the surface experience. And it won't be obvious to those that can't read subtle energy, but it's there. It's unproven. It's more subjective, but it's also unhidden to those that have eyes to see. And your work is seeing into those deeper potentials that are asking you to create. And your creative harmonics, holding that higher octave, that higher potential is what you're here to experience in this unique, separate form. So, what do you want to create from your experience? And this world benefits from your unique perspective, your desires, which is why life is not about avoiding reality, but it's also not about constantly focusing your valuable, sacred life force into the disempowerment narratives or others' needs that aren't healthy. And all of that is a constant here in the physical realm as your work is to hold your healthy boundaries and focus where your heart guides, where your inner realm, your subtle, vast, powerful, creative space is. Your sacred inner realm is where your creativity resides first. So that creativity is an initiating energy because there is always change that occurs in the physical realm. And your feminine energetic is the nurturing of those potentials through your inner connection, your inner power. And connection is an energetic that I'm feeling is really important in this first quarter, where in order to hold that creative harmonic, that higher potential, you're focusing on your inner power, really connecting within. And the feminine energetic holds our need to be safe, to experience supportive relationships and nurturing connections, not control, domination, suppression. The feminine energetic holds that nurturing connection where strength builds. That's what we're moving into, more of that unity that allows the sharing of the unique, diverse sacredness that's within each being. So, that first card is supporting you to hold your creative energy, to remember that change is constant in the physical realm and all change begins within. Your inner realm is your powerful feminine energetic of the invisible container that builds form over time. And this brings me to the second card. And this connected actually to the masculine energetic that brings your focus into action, directing your energy, directing your creativity into this realm. And the masculine energetic catalyzes your potentials. And that feminine energetic magnetizes the catalyst. And the second card is now. And when I saw this, I was shown by this perfect blend of reading with the recent energies overall, how bringing yourself into that present moment is so important. And all of last year, actually, recently over these past couple of years, but especially in this last year, your self focus, your boundaries have been really important so that you're able to hold a better potential. And this year is going to amplify that. So being clearer and stronger with your unique focus. And this one is a Pleiadian card. So it's all about expansion. And ultimately, this is about expanding your creative power by anchoring and focusing in your now moment. And I love the healing statement that's in the booklet with this that says, my full power is available to me in the present moment. That now moment is where your true power is because it holds all of the information of the past that has created this present moment, this perfect platform for change. And it also holds all of the potentials of the future, the things that are yet unformed. And that future is very malleable because it's pure potential. And yet, all of this resides in your now moment. And this is ultimately a core teaching of Ariane, holding your creative focus so that your energy is getting into your life. And of course, this is not about control. It follows the subatomic model of the atom that they talk about often, where that neutral neutron that allows those two opposites to connect and build form. In your now moment, those two opposites are what was and what will be. And you are that sacred vessel of creativity that holds the potential of both. And becoming very active in your focus in your now moment is blending that masculine and feminine energetic. And so, ongoing throughout the year, keep reminding yourself, I'm creating now. This is creating the future. For now, I would actually recommend that you just take a few moments as we're going to show the cards and let that healing light language on the cards help to stir up any release and activation through your higher self. But ask yourself, what do I want to create? Thinking about this upcoming year, what do I want to create? And then sometimes as you're moving through that, reminding yourself, I am creating now. And that's what's building your future. So just ask yourself from time to time, what do I want to create? And just let some of that information surface. And you can even ask yourself, what am I creating now? And you want to look for any kind of resistance, things that are clearing, or any kind of excitement, because both of those are fine. As you are letting that information arise, you're becoming aware of what's releasing and activating. And awareness, that first pillar of ascension, so that you can initiate the change. And that is creativity. You are always creative in every now moment. You are creative. So I hope you enjoyed this card reading. Keep those simple statements in mind. What do I want to create? And I am creating now. I hope you enjoy the light language.